Broad Street.
Misery. And this is why we call it Broad Street Misery.
Man,
what's up, party people? You know who's in the house. It's Corey Alexander. It's
this J-Bliss in the house. Yo, what's up, y'all? What's going on, man? He loves this part of the season. He loves to be miserable. He likes to have things to complain about. So let's start the show off the right way with some energy. Welcome to the Fly Eagles Fly podcast with Corey Alexander and J-Bliss. This dude is acting like he don't want to do this tonight. We about to let y'all know what the deal is. What's going on, people?
I love it. I love that we switch roles. This is kind of nice. Every time they lose, you bring it. Every time we win, I'll bring it, and we'll even out. I hate it, people. I hate it, man. But Jay's right, man. Listen, we got to be a fan through and through. But really, while Jay has some fun with this, and it is kind of a lighthearted, but at the same time, this is what I love, Jay. This is the drama coming in. This is the misery. This is the losing. And this is what I told you was going to happen.
Whatever. See, you wanted to say.
He's like, they're going to win out. They're going to lose 2 in a row. He was on his Stephen A. Smith rant like, this is the best team. We're going right back to the bowl.
Don't you ever compare me to Stephen A. Smith. Ever.
I said his rant, not him. His
all
rant.
Right. Okay. All right.
Hey, listen, we are going to get to, we're talking a little bit about the Dallas because we did miss last week. We apologize about that. We didn't give you a heads up, and that's my bad. We had to skip the Dallas week because we had a little Thanksgiving. We all were not around, unfortunately. But we're here this week, and we're going to take our medicine because, listen, man, it's the NFL. Everybody brings their best punch every week, right, Jay? Everybody does. So we got to get to a lot of stuff. We got to get to the little bit about the Dallas because it's a little long ago. Definitely about the Bears, even though that seems like it was forever ago. But I want to start with this. All right, let me throw this at you because Jay and I, of course, talk way too much. He's always bothered by my texts. He ignores like 7/8 of them, which is nice.
Hey man, so, I ignore your texts like I ignore everybody else's. Don't feel like
this guy's ignoring texts like he's my 17-year-old kid. Like, yeah, whatever. All right. So, and not that I have a 17-year-old kid, but I just figured that's what they do. When Nick Sirianni, let me throw this all that. When Nick Sirianni replaced himself as offensive coordinator with Shane Steichen, that was 7 games in to the 21 season. Eagles were 17th in offense. Eagles, this is a little crazy actually. During the 2023 season, the Eagles replaced Sean Desai with Matt Patricia only 13 games into the season, and they were ranked 22nd in defense. Okay, so we had 7 games in the season, 13 games in the season. So Eagles weren't, totally opposed to something deeper in the season to replace somebody. Right now, Eagles are 8-4, so they are technically 12 games into their season. 13 overall, 13 weeks, so we had a bye. The offense right now is sitting at 24. So this is the lowest it's been since Sirianni's even started. 24th. The lowest it's been since his career here. So the offense is ranked worse than the 2 times under Sirianni when play calling was changed.
Yep.
Sirianni Monday said his coaches were always looking for answers and were never assigning blame. Now, here's the thing. He did obviously assign blame to himself when he took away his own play calling and shined it to Shane. He assigned blame to Desai when he decided to replace him with Matt Patricia. So what were you doing when you replace both those guys? To me, that is assigning blame that it ain't working. It's one person. We've got the personnel. We can do better. I believe personally he is so egotistical with this Super Bowl win, a la little Doug Peterson, that he refuses to see that his buddy, who's been with him since day one, and they're very good friends, they've been friends since Indianapolis, he refuses to pick him out. Now, as you and I have talked about this, it is not solely on Kevin Patullo. There's been other things going on. So the question now remains, and this is one of the threads, you're going to throw a little twist. A, would you make the switch right now? And I'm pretty sure I know what your answer, but A, would you make the switch right now? And B, do you think that would have any kind of dramatic effect, good, bad, indifferent, whatever it might be, to the Eagles offense as well as team at this point?
No, I think it would be the same difference if they went in and fired Nick Sirianni right now.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying, dramatically, right?
Right.
There would be a fire lit under this team. They would go out and they would win. They still have the same talent on the team. It's not like there's no talent on the team. They have talent on the team.
Okay.
What I'm saying is you either stick with what you're doing and lose, or you make the change and lose. Everybody knows what the issue is. You're either going to die on the sword or you're not going to die on the sword. That's the question on what you want to do.
All right.
Now, your arrogance, what you're going to do is, and if you want to find out how this ends, all you got to do is flip the page back 6 years. That's all you got to do is flip the page back about 5-6 years, and you'll see exactly how this ends. You can be so arrogant and stick with your ways, but this leadership and this ownership of this organization will fire your ass if you plan on sticking to your guns. If you need any idea of how this works, is go ahead and stick with that coordinator if you want to, and watch yourself be unemployed with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Now,
that's Andy Reid.
It's Andy Reid, and it's
also Doug Peterson.
As Doug Peterson and Andy Reid, correct. When they both put the very wrong people in those
the
positions.
Wrong people in that position. And if you really want to know if you really think that Patullo can be successful, he might be successful. He just can't be successful here. And if you don't want to know, if you want to find out if that's possible, go ask Sean McDermott. I mean, there's tons of examples. And Sean McDermott will tell you right away, there's no way I'm replacing Jim Johnson. There's no way I can replace him. And
there's no way you can replace him. And I don't think he was prepared to replace him.
He wasn't.
He needed more time.
He wasn't. And Patullo was set up in a situation you cannot win. You're coming off winning a Super Bowl. That offensive coordinator left and went to another team. You came in, you were set up for failure. They would have been better off bringing in a veteran offensive coordinator from another team, not promoting within.
I think you're right. I mean, it's a different thing. So here's a little more perspective. The Eagles 47 points. That's 10 in Green Bay, 16 in Lions, not including what they did to the Bears, 21 in Dallas. That's their fewest in a 3-game span in 6 years. Since they scored 41 against the Seahawks, Patriots, and Bears in 2019.
Yeah.
Since the bye week including the Bears now, since the bye week, they've now scored 10, 16, 21, and 15 points. And since week 5, the offense has surpassed 21 points.
That's crazy.
And a month before they fired, and this is the Giants who, hey, Lisa, hey, she's back. All right.
Yeah.
Now the show just got sexier. This is a Giants team that had fired their head coach a month before and fired the defensive coordinator. They're just, this is something where if you have the opportunity to review, if he says we're looking at everything.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is, okay, you can't point to one person. I get it. Look, the offensive line has been very average at best. You got to admit that.
I can admit that. But what I'm saying is that the offensive line is not the reason why we're 22nd in offense.
No, but hold on. So the offensive line has been average at best. I mean, even Mailata has not been great. Dickerson's hurt. Juergens is hurt. Playing hurt. Steen is not that guy. Lane is out. If you look at what the Eagles have done, hey, what's up, drunk Phillies fans? Good to have you here. We're really trying to get into this offense and see what can unlock this thing. We've also seen the past 2 weeks where AJ's been the focus of this offense, and they've lost 2 in a row badly. So the offensive line being average, Saquon's still, I think, that guy. I don't think he's getting the holes he needs to get. Although, what did you think about the fact that they put 2 running backs in the backfield? They throw to Saquon, and he wasn't even turned around yet. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that's happening. So it's definitely a combination of offensive coordinator, offensive line, Jalen Hurts a little bit, who has not been very sharp the past couple of weeks. You put that all together, and that's some tough spot. So is the offensive corner come in? Let's say a Wright comes in. Let's say a Dable comes in, whatever it is. Even if they promote within, is this going to turn this offensive around in 1 week?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. What happened with the last drive, with the last scoring drive they had? I mean, it was all for naught. I mean, it was like 6 minutes left in the game.
Right.
But they literally scored in what, 4 plays?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is it's the same players, the same offensive line. The urgency was there, but you can have the same urgency in the beginning of the game. But they're not calling that. They're hiking the ball literally with 4 seconds left on the play clock every time. You understand what I'm saying? But when the clock was running, it was like, all right, boom, boom, we're going to get rid of the ball. We're going to go down the field. We're going to do what we got to do. But they're not even trying that through the course of the game. There's no tempo, number one.
Right. I agree with there.
They don't do tempo. Everything is slow. The only person they put in motion is Smitty. Right? Like I can say it's dude.
It's the same people in motion doing the same thing.
When I tell you, like anybody, when I was at the game on Friday, people in the stands were literally saying what the play was going to be. Like that's how sickening it was. I mean, people was like, "Oh, Saquon up the middle." Everybody was calling the plays in the stands.
It's gotten to that point where now the fans can call. But here's the thing, drunk Phillies fans. Let me get to that. Lane Johnson, yes, he's always worth more than we think. Lane Johnson is literally the glue to that offensive line for sure. Hurts, I wouldn't say has flat out been bad. He's had some good games, but recently he has lacked elite skills to lead this team. And we know that he's a limited quarterback, right? We know he's not Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. We know he's not that guy, but he can win and he can win a Super Bowl as we've seen. You're right. There's still a lot of wins. I, of course, Jay knows me. I panic when we lose the coin flip. He panics like maybe week 17, maybe if they're like 7-9.
If we're not playing good football by the time the playoffs come, that's when I get upset. It doesn't have anything to do with what's going on right now. Like unless you tell me that out of the next 5 games, the last 5 games of the regular season, that we're only going to win 1 game. Then I would be like, all right, this is ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying? But
right.
I know that's not what's going to happen. I'm not worried about whether we're going to win the NFC East. Like, that's not something that I'm worried about. Like I'm not worried about Dallas putting things together and becoming this great team. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Dallas is going to do what Dallas does. Like, it's not going to happen.
Right.
I'm not worried about that. Did we look bad for the last 2 weeks? Yes. Can we look great for the next 3? Yes, it's possible. But I don't want people to get lost in the idea that if we come out and play great on Monday night against the Chargers, that Kevin Patullo got his shit together. He gotta go. He gotta go. If you tell me who gotta go out of the offensive line, Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, or Kevin Patullo, everybody's going to tell you the same answer.
Yeah, I agree. And by the way, great drunk Phillies fan, great moment, the Dennis Green moment. The offense is who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Right.
I love that. My thing, and everybody's pointing a lot to Nick Foles recently, and he did make some good points. I mean, look, Kevin Patullo, I believe that after the Super Bowl win, Sirianni got a lot of clout with Howie and Jeffrey, and he's like, this guy's definitely good. This guy's got it. But here's the other aspect, and Foles brought this home, and even some other guys, Dan Orlovsky, a lot of guys have brought this home. There's a difference between being a great guy like a passing game coordinator and really doing that job well and calling plays to counteract what it is. Because here's the big difference to me in this game with the Bears. And this has also been atypical of Barkley all year. He gets 5 or 6, 7 yards, and then he loses 3.
Yeah.
And then he gets 4 or 5 yards, loses 1. It's been that kind of rotation the entire year, except the Giants game was the only anomaly of this whole season. But let me ask you this. The second one gets off to a good start against one of the worst NFL run defenses who are missing their starting 3 linebackers.
Right.
Why in the hell would you give that guy 13 touches all game? Now, I admit, that's on Patullo. You're right. That is certainly him. It's not on Saquon or the line.
Well, here's the thing. The problem was, and this is like I said, in the stands. We're in the stands. Everybody's talking, right? We felt like for 3 of those drives, why do you keep giving the ball to Saquon? Like, why do you keep giving it to them knowing they're not getting the yardage that they need? And here's the crazy thing. The Bears were doing exactly what we were supposed to do, which was go one way, and the counter was the opposite side. And every time they ran it, he got 5-6 yards. Either running back, they've got
20 or 30.
Or yeah. And it was all it was like a zone. It was basically everybody ran one side, and the running back would start that way and cut back. It was
almost like the Redskins counter tray almost.
It was a counter, and that's all they kept doing, and it was there every single time. And it was like they were double teaming on Jalen, they were double teaming on Jordan Davis, and it was like it was clockwork. And I'm sitting there going, "Why are we not doing that?"
Yeah, and we were talking about that, Drunk Phillies fans, that it's his arrogance and ego right now that's keeping him from doing that. I don't think it's unnecessary he would admit that he was wrong. I think it has a lot to do with his friendship with Patullo. I think he's really nervous about firing his buddy. And that's where he gets emotional because Nick's an emotional guy. We've seen Nick be emotional, right? We know the guy cries.
Right.
He's got emotions with his players, which is probably why he went away from offensive play calling, because he gets too emotional where he wants to help this guy or that guy, and you can't do that. You got to be – Kellen Moore was so great for this thing because he was like a robot. He has absolutely no soul or personality. He just calls plays and knows exactly what – he's like a robot, right?
Yeah.
I don't think Patullo has that. Patullo has to get – I think when Nick was right in saying that he's got to get up in top balcony, look down on this whole thing, and have some guy who knows what he's doing telling him, this is why you call this play. This is why you call that play. This is why you don't call that play. Because a lot of times when we talk, Jay, it's the play you don't call that helps you out. Because he wants to run this play, but you instead of running that play, you run the other play, and look what happens.
Yeah.
So I still believe, since you've done this in the past, you can get rid of him. And this would have been the perfect time. This is a mini bye week. This would have been the perfect time to make that change.
100%. So Drunk Phil's fan says in here, to fire Patullo would have to allow Nick to admit he was wrong. Ain't happening. Drunk Phil's fan, I'm going to have to disagree with you because Nick has already admitted that he was wrong on a number of occasions and taken the blame for stuff that probably wasn't his. So he doesn't have a problem with admitting that he was wrong. But in this situation, I really feel like he's trying to protect his friend's job. And I think that's the wrong approach because ultimately he'll end up getting fired.
Yeah, and that's what I just said. He's like he's too emotional, connected to Patullo to make that kind of decision.
And like I say, ask Doug Peterson about his connection with Press Taylor. Yeah, and that was a perfect example. And as Andy Reid's his unwavering desire to keep Juan Castillo as his offensive coordinator. I mean, defensive coordinator on the offensive line coach. Like, honestly, you can be out of a job, and it's 32 positions. And don't sit there and tell me, oh, well, you can't fire a Super Bowl coach. We did it before. The man got a statue out in front of the stadium, and we still fired him.
So, as we get through this, though, so I said since the bye week, it's 10, 16, 21. The offense averaged almost 24 points for the first 4 games. Mm-hmm. They're now down to 19 points over the last 8 games. Mm-hmm. And I think the biggest thing, we'll get into this now, but number one, the Bears came in and manhandled them on both sides. And I mean manhandled on both sides of the ball.
Listen, it's one of my 4 points. I'm not even gonna say it yet. I'll wait. I'll let you know exactly. And then when I say it, everybody will be like, you know what? You're absolutely right.
And even though the Eagles get 2 sacks, the Eagles' 22 sacks are the 4th lowest through 11 games since sacks became official stat in 1982.
Mm-hmm.
They had 17 in 1993 and 18 in 2012. So,
but
you're talking really low in sacks that we're not getting the right pressure.
But here's the thing. We got 5 games. And like I said, this can turn around to a point where you can be like, you know what? We can go back and look at these 2 games 5 weeks now and laugh. Like, can you imagine we was panicking?
Don't tell me I can't be miserable over the next month.
Oh, no. That you're going to be that regardless. I'm just going to be sitting in the back with my potato chips.
Let's get to the quick game review, and then we'll get into our 4 points in 1 second here. So the Bears had 194 more rushing yards than the Eagles. That's just
it was ugly.
Crazy.
Ugly.
We'll talk a little about that, Pat. I mean, obviously the one big thing was the bad pass to Devontae Smith. And here's the crazy part, and I'm sure you've seen this by now. If you look on the catch 22, it wasn't even about Devontae Smith on that pass. It wasn't at all.
But people keep talking about how Dallas Goedert was open, right? But if you watch the whole play, Jalen had the opportunity to get the ball to Devontae in a better spot if he had led him with the ball. What people fail to realize is even if he turned his body to throw the ball to Dallas Goedert, he would have gotten mollywopped. Did y'all see how quick that linebacker was coming in on him?
Yeah.
So people be like, oh, he missed that. Yeah, y'all, go look at the film again. And just tell him, turn his foot just 1 inch the other way and take 1 more second to throw the ball. And guess what? Jalen Hurts ain't in for the rest of the game, and he ain't playing this week either.
Well, I'll tell you this, though. Dallas Goedert was pretty much free right off the line, dude.
He was, but Jalen wasn't facing that way. He was facing the way of the swing. But he would have had to turn his head to look down the field and to put his arm back to throw that ball that way. That linebacker would have murdered him.
Okay, so therein lies the questions. I know we're getting deeper in this offense, folks, but hang with us here. Therein lies my question. You're coming back like this, right? You're always with Jalen. It's always this side or that side.
Right.
Why can you not look right as the snap? If you look right dead center, which that play was designed to Dallas to get open, and the linebackers were coming, you know right away, if I look in the middle, he is right there, and that guy can walk in to the touchdown.
All right, so,
why do I have to look at Devontae first?
All right, because that's why, and this is why I'm here, to kind of explain to everybody so y'all can figure it the hell out and stop thinking like armchair quarterbacks like everybody else does. There's a pre-read snap. There's a pre-read before the ball is snapped. So he has to see where the safeties is. He had to see where the linebacker is. I'm pretty sure his line told him that this linebacker is blitzing. This linebacker right here on this side is coming in. They told him that. Right. So he already knows his pressure is coming from his right. He knows that without a doubt. This pressure is coming from the right side. Right. So he knows the pressure is coming from the right side. His first read is the crossing route from Devontae over on the left. That's going to be his first read. It's probably his only read. He's not going to look this way because he know the pressure is coming from this side. So when he dropped back, got the ball, he's just waiting for him to be open. He doesn't have time to see Dallas because he know that's where it's coming from.
But Dallas is in the middle. He's not on the right. He's in the middle.
I get it, but he's just going off the pre-read snap. When he drops the ball back, if he had started looking in the middle first before he looked over here, then maybe, yeah. But when he dropped back, he's already looking here.
But I also thought you're supposed to throw where the blitz is coming from because so he's obviously dropping off a guy.
I get that part too. But you know what? If I go back and look at the 22, as a matter of fact, let's just get Jalen on and ask him what happened. Because I'm pretty sure I know that's what happened. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What the hell happened there? What is your problem?
Like, he probably be like, Jay, you know what? You're right. Because based off the read, here's where my read is here. But everybody says, oh, Dallas Goedert was wide open. You know what? He is wide open. But you know what? It's always wide open when you look in this way and that linebacker or safety starts floating the other side and that person's open. He turned this way and everybody flows that way. He ain't open no more for some reason. What happened? Why did he throw that interception?
The other aspect that I definitely found a little troubling was there was another play on Catch 22 where A.J. Brown is coming across wide open. And he's got time, and he is staring right the hell at him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's actually following him across, no pressure, and he just holds it. And then he runs. Explain that one to me, because that one I've completely lost my mind.
You have to show it to me, but I'm going to tell you like this. Sometimes the quarterback has the ability to make a business decision for that receiver. Now, we see that he's running across. We see that there's space there. That receiver's looking at the quarterback looking at the receiver. Safety is behind him.
Way behind him.
There was nobody near behind him. He could have been way behind him, but catching the ball and turning around is different from when you still got the ball in your hand. You understand what I'm saying? Like, believe it or not.
First down, though. It would have been a first down.
I get it.
Even if he caught the ball and dropped down and died, he's got a first down. As opposed to Jalen slipping and falling and not making it.
I get it. But sometimes you be like, hey, man,
oh,
I can give him this ball, or I can make sure he's here next week. Like that's the difference, dog.
Corey, just let you know, I don't throw to white guys. Fair enough. I don't care. Just give it up to me. All right, cool beans, Jalen. Just wanted to know. But I get. I mean, as you get my stuff, I get yours. Listen, we ain't in the hot seat. We ain't standing there with four angry guys running just to kick our head off. I get all that.
A 270-pound linebacker running straight at me. I'm like, he was open. Oh yeah, he was. Okay, like get out.
At the same time, we say that you're getting paid $50 million a year to handle that kind of situation.
You're right, but you know what? It's like I can take these type of misreads or mishaps in a regular season game, right? But when push come to shove, I got game film. I got footage of my quarterback being precise and being exactly what I need him to be in big games.
Well, that's true, but hopefully we can get there, because there's another aspect too that kills me real fast. You're talking to also said you're starting I'll say it again. The starting three linebackers out for the game, right? And it's three. It's actually three of their top, I'd say, 6 players on defense, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
They are also not even because of that. Even when they're in there, they rank in the bottom half to the bottom third of the NFL in covering tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Goedert finished with one catch for 5 yards.
Whoa. You had that information going into the game, right?
Right.
So why isn't Kevin Patullo drawing those plays up?
We did. Dallas Goedert was wide open.
The one play you're talking about, though, right?
There was more than one play. I know there's more than a couple times that he was open.
If there was, wait a minute, no, we're not going to do that now, because so all right, so this is where I'm gonna get you wrong right here. Okay. First series.
Yep.
Right. Second play, we get a penalty. We drove back 10 yards off of a false start because of AJ.
Right.
First series, right?
Right.
Second series, we go, was it 3 and out?
Yep.
Right. Third series, we go 3 and out again.
Right.
So where was Dallas Goedert in all of that game plan? With still 3 black linebackers out, still worse coverage for tight ends, but Dallas Goedert ain't got thrown a ball yet. But you gonna put that on Jalen, or you gonna put that on the game plan? Because we kept trying to run the ball. That's what we kept doing.
You got to admit, you got to meet me halfway, because there's a little bit of both. You can't tell me that he's not in the game plan.
My point is, those first 15 plays are supposed to be scripted, right?
Yeah.
So where was the plays to get us going? Because it looked real elementary out there in the beginning.
Because I got to say, though, it definitely seems, you got to admit a little bit. It just seems that his mentality is always this way or this way. Never this way with Dallas in the middle.
I'm going to disagree with you. Because like I said, when push came to shove and we went on that drive at the last part of the game, there was slants and everything was in the middle.
I want to see. Hold on. Let me see, because I got to see in this game. I wonder if they have here targets, because I got to see.
I remember just. I'm gonna just.
Okay, so here it is with the Eagles. Dallas Goedert, 4 targets total.
Okay.
There's no way that the guy was only open 4 times.
Dude, you can't sit there and tell me you're saying there's no way he was only open 4 times. Who's to say the routes he was running wasn't even meant to get open? We've already talked about the route tree that Patullo runs already. So let's not act like Dallas Goedert is some savant that can get open on anybody.
If he is utilized, that guy's one of the top 5 tight ends in the NFL. You got to admit that.
Listen, man. Listen. So here we go again. Are we talking about Jalen? We talking about Patullo? Because Goedert, when he was healthy, was fine last year when we had Kellen Moore calling the plays.
Right.
So who are we talking about? You saying it's Jalen's fault? You talking about it's Patullo's fault?
I would love to break that down. It's hard to tell. I can't pinpoint.
Nah, it ain't hard to tell, man. I'm telling you what it is. Stop blaming Jalen Hurts for this shit, man. It's not Jalen. It's not Jalen Hurts. It's not Jalen Hurts. It's not. It's not. You say, oh, he holding on to the ball, he doing this, he doing that. You got 3 dudes running a route, ain't nobody open.
Let me look at this. There was Dallas Goedert caught just 1 pass for 5 until the last drive, and they had issues coming in. I mean, again, was he game plan for? Don't know. We don't know. Nobody's going to know. All I know is when I'm watching that game, there is definitely more than a few times, and this is every game, that guy is wide open, and he doesn't get the ball. Dallas.
Dude, get out of here. I'm listen, man. I'm not riding with you on that. That's bullshit. You're going to sit there and say, oh, he was wide open. It's funny when someone says somebody's
not wide open, but you know.
But what I'm saying is, it's funny when somebody thinks somebody's wide open after the ball's already out of somebody's hand and all the coverage go, oh, he was wide open. He was wide open because everybody saw the ball going that way.
I'm not saying that. No, this was before the ball's in the air.
I get it, man. But that whole 122 play, all 22 play where everybody keep focusing on Dallas Goedert being open, everybody keep forgetting the fact that this linebacker had a beeline to the quarterback. And nobody saw the offensive line or the running back that didn't protect him. Nobody thought about that.
I would love to see, I mean, again, it's just probably tough to break down, but that difference between what the game plan is versus the execution of that game plan, that's the biggest thing that needs to be analyzed and deep into that. And I'm sure they're doing that. But there's got to be some disconnect between what the game plan is and then how you execute it. Because you're right. Because is Patullo calling that stuff? Who knows? We don't know because we don't know how Jalen's going to go through his progressions and go, is this guy first? Is this guy second? Or is this guy first? Or is this guy second? Your game plan is that the play goes and the route tree goes out, but you don't know who the first option is.
All right. Well, listen.
But to your point, you look at the last 2 games. That's how I don't want to give Dallas any credit, but Brian Schottenheimer called an absolutely beautiful offensive game against us. And Ben Johnson, same deal. That's what offenses should look like in the NFL. So Patullo, just based on that.
What was the difference between the offense for the first half of the Dallas game and the second half then?
Because here's the thing. Was that the execution of that plan, or is that Jalen and the other people playing better within the scheme that they have?
All right, so the question is, the first half of the Dallas game, is that Patullo?
Right? Or is that Jalen?
Right? And then the second half, is that Patullo? Or is that Jalen? So you can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, when they playing bad, it's Jalen.
I didn't say it was Jalen. I didn't say it's all Jalen.
You said, oh, you couldn't get the ball to Dallas Goedert. You made it seem like that was Jalen's fault.
No, well, if you don't pass the ball to him, it's not Patullo's fault. But here's the other aspect of that. When you getting into this situation, right, you know coming in, right, and I'm sure they did too, this is one of the weakest teams against tight end coverage.
Dude, we can say the same thing about us playing against the team with the worst run defense and them not getting the ball to Saquon.
Yeah, and again, Is that Jalen at the line of scrimmage calling out of something? Is he changing the blind blocking?
No, I think that's all game plan. Like let's. I mean, we can talk. We should have talked about this. You should have brought this up so we could have broke this down, because we can look at what the weaknesses is for the Chargers and find out like what should they be attacking when they play the Chargers on Monday night.
Well, I have that too, but yeah, we'll have that in the preview. But
okay,
I still think in general though, that's what I'd love to know. 13 carry Saquon, is that on Patullo or is that on the scheme that they had? I don't know what.
Part of it is on Saquon to me, but I'll get into that in my 4 points.
Okay. All right, let's get to the 4 points since we are at 35 past the hour. Let's get to the first one because none of mine actually talk about the game. It just talks about this whole thing. So give me your first point.
My first point is what's the obvious point is fire Kevin Patullo. I don't care. I don't care if this go viral on social media. I don't like you, Kevin Patullo. I don't like you, man. I mean, you might be a nice guy. I just don't want you a part of my team no more. Like, I'll go somewhere else. Be successful somewhere else. You can go be Bill Belichick somewhere else. I don't want you being involved with the Philadelphia Eagles no more. You had 13 weeks of my life, and I do not want to be associated with you ever again. I could be 100% wrong. I could be 100% wrong. But today, on December 2nd, 2025, I want you gone.
Like where? Like Alaska, North Dakota?
Off out of Philadelphia, man. I mean, best to you and your family, man. Nothing but the best. But I don't want to see you get better here at all.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing. Here's my public announcement. The people who threw the eggs at his house.
Yeah, that's childish.
Well, no. I mean, here's the thing. That's the dumbest thing I've heard of. You know why? You know how much eggs cost these days? That's a really expensive thing, man. I'm not throwing eggs at your house. I might throw like a rubber ball at your house. I ain't throwing eggs. That shit's expensive. That's like $8 worth of shit you just threw at his house, dumbass. You're going to throw something, man. Make sure it's something that's free.
Right.
Go to the dollar store. Pick up, throw some spatulas at him for all I care. But you're not throwing eggs at $8 a case, dumbasses. So here's the 4 point. Here's my first thing. And this has parts to do with Patullo. I mean, I'm not putting it on Jalen or Patullo. I'm trying to figure this out because it's a mess, dude. And that's the first point I have is those who don't learn from the past are doomed to repeat it. You got issues here. Big issues, Sirianni. And 2023 is hanging over you like the sword of Damocles.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice, right? That's big time for me. That's literature shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's hanging out there, and you refuse to look up because you know it's going to fall.
Right.
So I'm sorry. I mean, I get that you want to protect this guy. You protect your players very well. Like you were saying, he takes blame for things he never should take blame for because it was not his fault. But you still have to fix it. It is broken. It is not one of those things that's duct taped. It's officially broken, and you can't duct tape it and Band-Aid it.
Right.
Learn from your past. This is on the heels of a collapse. Fix it before it happens.
Yep.
Number 2 for you.
Number 2 for me is Saquon isn't running with purpose. He looks real lazy out there, man.
Does he really, you think?
Yeah, I don't see a pop. I don't even see him fighting for more yards. Like, I see as soon as somebody touches him, I see him going down. I just do not see him with that same burst. Like, even on a run, like when you know how you used to run and hit the hole?
Yeah.
Everything is like it's like stutter step. It's like you running like real light footed. It's like you're not going with that energy. Like it don't even like you can break a tackle pretty much.
Well, Lisa likes my esoteric nature, which is like obviously, you know.
Yeah.
I have to fight you a little bit on that. I mean, knowing his heart, man, knowing who Saquon is, I can't see him ever not putting 100% into a game. I just can't see.
Like I said, I don't see. I mean, I just don't see it. I mean, sometimes like last year, like you would see him at that corner, and it was like, dude, that first dude only got a shot. They're gonna have to get somebody else to come help with that.
Right.
But now it's like, dude, you ain't even making no dude by you. Like first dude used to miss, he ain't making none of that happen.
Well, here's the other aspect. There was a lot of things that couldn't get going with either him or Tank because we got down so quick because our defense was getting rum shot.
I'm not blaming that defense, man. That defense was put in bad positions all game. How many 3-and-outs did we have, for crying out loud?
A billion.
So I'm not down on that defense. They stayed out there the whole damn game.
I'm not saying I'm down on them, but
Bears had the ball for 40-something minutes, man.
Here's the thing, man. This had nothing to do, them getting run over for nearly 300 yards had nothing to do with scheme or them or anything. They got bullied, dude. I mean, so I'm down a little different just because they got bullied.
Yeah.
But did they keep them in the game to the very end? Absolutely.
Yeah.
If the offense had done anything, I get it. And we're going to get that in a bit too, because I have that a little bit too, about the mentality of that defense, knowing what the offense is.
Yeah.
All right, number 2 point for me is, again, we're talking about officially dysfunctional and predictable offense, and it's got to go.
Yep.
I'm done with it. I'm done with seeing this offense time and time again. It's got to go. Number 3 for you.
Number 3 for the Bears are us from last year. That's who they are.
That could be.
That's who they are, man. The way they control the clock with the running game, they ran the ball, ran the clock, sustained drives, put the quarterback in a situation where he only had to throw the ball when necessary. He only threw it when it was necessary. They ran the ball on first and second down and stayed ahead of the chains every single drive.
They did.
And when it was 3 and out, it was because of a penalty. It wasn't because they wasn't running a play that was efficient. It was a penalty that caused them to be behind the sticks. And they controlled the clock and the entire game, and the defense got tired because they stayed on the field, and that was our whole game plan from last year. I was in the third quarter. I'm like, that's us. This is us from last year. This is us. This is how teams felt playing us. Like, oh, we could have beat the Eagles if you take away the scoring. Like, I was like, you know.
That's a great point, because that's they played bully ball, which is what we did last year. On both sides of the ball. We played bully ball, and that's how you win. You actually literally take the fight out of your opponent, and Bears did that to the Eagles by the fourth quarter.
100%.
All right, to me, speaking of the sword of Damocles, I'm going to throw it out there. Is a division loss looming?
No.
Could they lose this division?
No.
Broad Street misery, man. We've been there.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
All right, number 4 for you.
Number 4 for me is we got 5 games left to prove everything.
All right.
So it's basically like, I still am looking at the glass half full. And I'm like, all right, we had our little shitty runs 2 times this season. I still had us at 13-4, and we are on track
to run the table. Well, I had them at 5 losses, so
yeah. I mean, I don't like I said.
It means they could have one more loss, which is crazy.
It could be the last game of the season where maybe our position doesn't improve, and we're gonna have the same. Whether it's third
number
or
2,
fourth,
no matter what we do, right?
Third or fourth, no matter what we do, maybe that's what it is. But I don't have a problem with starting out on the road, not starting out on the road, but starting out on the 3rd or 4th position in the play. Like I say, once you're in there, you're in there. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'll beat you at home. We go on the road. We've been on the road. Shit. I mean, we haven't had 2 consecutive home games anyway, so it doesn't seem like the home field matters anyway. So
yeah. But we have been playing pretty poorly on the road this year.
Yeah. So I mean, I still think, like I say, these 5 games are going to tell a lot. Monday night is going to be huge. Monday might predict the rest of the season. If we lose badly, because I know Herbert's playing, and we'll get to that in a second. We're not. I don't see us losing that game.
Yeah, you told me we weren't losing to Dallas. We weren't losing to Bears.
I don't see us losing. I mean, we definitely not losing to the Raiders. So I mean, that'll be 2 wins, and then you got Washington, Buffalo, Washington. Like that was 5 winnable games.
Well, we'll get into that in a sec. You're going ahead.
Nah, I said 5. That's my points right there.
All right. So my 4th point is similar to what you were saying. What is the identity of this team? And I think we're going to find out in the next 5 games. The identity is either a playoff team that came back together again, or a whole team that collapsed like 2023. And it'd be a shame if it happened.
Here's a little joy to put it into the atmosphere. At least we're not the Chiefs.
The Chieftain is done, man. Stop.
They ran up on that Super Bowl loss. Teams that lose the Super Bowl don't make the playoffs the next year.
Yeah, by the way, Taylor Swift, I haven't heard from you, man. Where you been, girl? Where you been? You about in Reading? You gonna go to Reading? Want to meet me at Reading? We'll play some hoop up at Reading, man. I'll meet you up there. All right. So my mind's one identity. So let's get what's your game ball?
Jalen Hunt.
Yeah, that's a good one.
J-Bliss Hunt had a great game, in spite of everything else that happened. And I really feel like if he had took that to the house, that's a different game.
Maybe
Because that offense gave the
he
ball
wasn't getting there. There's too many people there. He wasn't getting
the
there.
offense gave the ball back. Like, it didn't even matter. I was just saying he needed to score with that, man. And the lady that was in the stands behind me, shout out to you if you watch this. She called that shit immediately. Like, how did she call? As soon as he dropped back, she was like interception. I was like, what? I was like,
I didn't see it. I was on TV and I didn't see it until like he was like tackled. I'm like, why are they tackling J-Bliss Hunt?
Dude, she called that. As soon as the dude dropped back, she's like, that's an interception. I was like,
you know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of remember when Clyde Simmons caught that Phil Simms pass back in like '89 and he ran and like before I knew it, he was running. I'm like, why is Clyde Simmons running the wrong way?
Yeah, right.
It was crazy. I put in, I mean, he didn't really have a great game, to be honest, but I couldn't find anybody. I couldn't find anybody on offense or defense. I'm not giving it to AJ Brown because you want, all the stats are in a losing. His stats felt empty to me. They felt really empty.
But it's always when he has the great games we lose. I'm like, dude, you're really proving a point here.
Yeah, it's just I it didn't feel good. And, Smith, Goddard, Barkley. I mean, there's nobody on offense I could say like, okay, they had a good game. And defense, so I kind of gave it to defense. I kind of gave it to Reed Blankenship because he kind of was hurt. Remember he came out of the game and he had 14 tackles, but he didn't play all that well. So I don't know. I mean, I wanted to give it to maybe Q, but Q didn't really do anything. It wasn't it was any good or bad. It just didn't do anything. He shut down when he needed to shut down, but Caleb didn't show to anybody. He really didn't throw to anybody.
He didn't have to.
And he had like a 79 or 80 rating. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to your drama queen. I got a good one this year.
Yeah, mine is the trolls. All the Eagles haters that came out of the woodworks that wanted to send me text messages and talk trash and
including me.
Oh, the Eagles are this and that. Da, 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 da. I'm like, y'all do realize we still got 5 weeks to go. Like, this is gonna come back to bite you in that. This is gonna come back to bite you in the ass.
Right.
So I mean, I just let them talk. I let my phone blow up. I was like, all right, y'all go ahead and enjoy this.
This is you. You're like.
Yeah, I screenshot everything. So I'm like, go ahead, keep it up. Keep it up.
You're like the Matrix. You're like dodging this one, you're dodging that one.
Keep all that energy. Keep all that energy.
My drama queen is Abdul Carter, man. What the hell? This dude may have false started his career before he even started.
Mm-hmm.
So for all of you who don't know, Abdul Carter was one like even the Eagles were thinking about maybe going to get him, but it was probably not realistic. It was number 3. He said he wanted to go to the Eagles. He loved rooting for the Eagles and stuff. And boy, he would just look great on this team until you saw this guy play in this first half of the year. So I don't know if you've seen, but Abdul Carter, the total for the year, he's got a sack and a half, 1.5 sacks. And the first full sack that he got all year was the last game they just played.
Yep.
He had a half a sack all year up until last week.
Mm-hmm.
There are 11, more than 10. Jay, that's more than 10 for all you math majors out there. 11 before him. So that means he is 12th. 11 rookies have more sacks than he does.
Yeah.
11. And you're the third pick in the draft. And there was nobody drafted higher than you defensive end. So what is going on with you, number 1, number 2? If it's true, I don't know if it's true. I'm reporting what I heard. So I'm not saying he did this. But the rumor was that he was in the back, always sits in the back, never pays attention. And all of a sudden, you hear some very breathless shouts by a female. And they realize, they look back, and he's watching porn right in the middle of the defensive end session. And he didn't have his earplugs in, so he was scrolling, apparently, on something. He stayed on this, and all of a sudden, she's yelling in ecstasy. And everybody turns around. The coach grabs the phone, and he's looking at porn in the middle of the coach's session. So if that's true, God help this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you got to focus for maybe what? It's 40 minutes, those sessions? Is that what am I understanding? It was like 40 to 45 minutes, those sessions?
Yeah.
And you can't concentrate for 45 minutes? I mean, listen, anybody that loves porn, it's me. I'm all good. I'm all in, man. It's a wonderful thing. But when you're in work, man, work time is work time. You got to separate that out. You've got what? 6 months to concentrate? That's it? In football, 6 months, 7 months, maybe. And that's it, man. So that's a real, I mean, you talk about a drama queen. That's got to be the number 1 all season.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if it don't show up on the field, man, you just basically work your way through your first rookie contract, and then you just be a free agent.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to – I mean, that's just something where I don't know if you – I mean, you get to the fourth year, I don't know if anybody's going to want you.
That's a plus. That's a plus for the Eagles because they're in the division. So
yeah, and what a burn! I mean, what a burn pick number 3. I mean, you lost Barkley, which is a burn. You might lose this guy, which is a burn. You lost Daniel.
Yeah.
I mean, you've lost top 10 picks. You lost your last 4. Evan Neal, the offensive lineman. I mean, they've burned through 5 or 6 top 10 picks of the past 6-7 years.
Yeah,
that's terrible. I mean, that is just how shown. I don't know what pictures he's got in his desk of the Maras, but he's got some good pictures that's keeping him in a job.
Plus for the Eagles.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it's like Jerry Jones, I hope you live till you're 1,003. All right, grades real fast.
Offense F, defense C, special teams D, coaching F.
I had FF, C minus F. I gave everybody my F's except special teams, even though special teams sucked, but they did something decent.
Yeah, Jake missed that extra point, man.
Missed the extra point, missed the field goal.
Missed the field goal, yep.
Yeah, maybe I give them all F's. Just F's all around. I mean, yep. F it, man. You all getting F's.
Yep.
So Jalen Hurts had a couple of costly turnovers too. Again, not trying to blame Jalen, but he did have 2 costly turnovers. One with the big was the push tush, like that. You just can't have that happen when you're going for an interception. You're turning that around. You're trying to get 7 points off the turnover. That could have been the whole game. I'm not putting
that might be how we get rid of it.
Maybe I don't mind it.
Yep.
Or at least just do a regular tush push. Just like get behind a guy and just push him in, and that's it. That's all I want.
Yep.
Or those little things, those little wrinkles we put in. Remember the one in Tampa Bay where he flips it out to Saquon and he scored a touchdown? Why can't you do that? I don't know. Saquon, the whole thing we talked about him. Tank Bigsby, not 1 carry, which is insane.
Well, how are you going to get a carry when you only had 13 for your other running back?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's all bad.
Yeah.
Devontae caught a 30-yard pass on a nicely drawn play, but he pretty much went long stretches without even being involved, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Dickerson just doesn't look healthy. Mailata's just not playing well. I mean, he's playing well in pass protection, but his run blocking is suspect this year.
Mm-hmm.
Steam was up and down as usual. Lane's out, but Fred. I thought Fred did okay. I didn't see anything major with him.
Listen, man, Fred is very serviceable, man.
Very serviceable.
Somebody said something about Lane Johnson being out. Here's the thing: if Fred Johnson's name's getting called, that means he's doing his job.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought Juergens.
Like I said, it wasn't we didn't lose because Lane Johnson didn't play. It wasn't like Jalen got sacked 50 times.
And I think Cam is not getting the push that he needs to get because he's injured. I think that back is still hurting him from last year.
Right.
Defense on the defensive side, Swift and Kyle, man, each went over 100 yards, gained 281. It's brutal. Yep. Carter made some. I mean, I don't know about you, but I was looking through the tape. Carter made some undisciplined guess in run defender. He was picking the wrong holes all game.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like they had the counter going the whole time.
It wasn't even that. He was just choosing to go a certain way, and it just always went bad. It just always went bad.
Yeah.
He did pick up a sack, after Nolan hit the quarterback, but Jomo blew up a 3rd down screen. Jordan Davis had a run stop for no yards for 1 tackle, but they got abused the rest of the game. Mm-hmm. Your boy Alex Hunt did snatch a 2nd interception, which is crazy. He got 2 picks on the season. Mm-hmm. He might be their leading interception guy at the end of the season, which would be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Although he was a former safety at Cornell, so don't forget that. Brandon Graham did have a hurry, but he's been kind of
he almost got a sack. I was cheering for him.
Yeah. Dean and Bond, by the way, were terrible in this game. I don't know if you saw that, but you look at the tape.
Mm-hmm.
They just couldn't stop the run at the second level at all.
Yep.
Do you notice that? That was one of the worst games Dean and Bond have played in a long, long time. And Dean was also blocked to the ground when Swift went for that 23-yard one. He was blocked to the ground, dude. He's a small guy. Jahad Campbell, say what you want about him, but that guy's not going to get blocked to the ground.
Well, he didn't even get in the game.
I know. This is another one. How is Campbell, by the way, is the next point. How did Campbell not get 1 snap on defense? Not 1. When you've seen Dean get run over on a 23-yard run, you can't throw him in there for a little bit?
I don't know.
I thought it was crazy because they're going to be running all game. You're not going to blitz. So you take Dean off the field, put Campbell in because you're not going to blitz. Adoree Jackson and Quignon, I guess, were fine. They didn't really thrown to. Cooper DeJean was a little help in run support, but he was just okay. Sidney Brown, I thought he struggled a lot. He took a bad angle on a swift 23-yard run. He came in and he got totally blown out the door.
Mm-hmm.
So could have been worse, but I didn't think he was great. And again, Reed was okay, but he got toasted by that Cole Kmet, that 28-yard touchdown. That was on him.
Yep.
So there you go. And then obviously Jake Elliott missed the extra point, missed a field goal. Guys on the wrong. Yay, man. Listen, if you don't know what the right hole is, you need to start watching porn because then you know what the right one is from the wrong one, at least. You know what I'm talking about. Brandon Mel, by the way, did pretty well. He averaged almost 43 yards a punt. I'm pretty sure put my buddy Brandon Mannigan in there for my thing. Britton Covey, by the way, wasn't terrible, wasn't great, but he did have a nice 22-yard return and a 9-yard punt return, so he's okay. Let's quickly get to the Eagles stats. Offense went from 25 to 24. I don't even know how that happens when you have a shitty game like that. Passing went from 28 to 23. I don't know how that happened. Rushing went down from 17 to 22, and scoring went from 16 to 19. 22 points a game. By the way, Dallas number one overall. Dallas number one in passing. Really annoying. Indy still number one in scoring per game. Eagles defense went from 18th to 25th overall. Ouch. Giving up almost 350 yards a game. Oh, man. Houston number one at 266. Eagles went from 15 in passing to 19th. Oof. 218. Buffalo's number one in that. Eagles went from 19th in rushing to 24th in rushing.
Mm-hmm.
So two of the Eagles stats, by the way, are outside the top 20. That's not a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving up 128 yards rushing a game, which is also not good. Jacksonville, by the way, giving up 82 is the number one defense there. In scoring, they went from 8 to 10. They're giving up 20 points a game. Houston 16. So I agree that the defense, if you're only giving up 20, you're not giving up 3 touchdowns a game. So it's still on this offense should be tripping over 25, 30 points.
It's all on the offense, man. I'm not, like I say, I'm not blaming the defense. Not over the last 5-6 weeks, the way they played. I'm not going to blame them for what happened on Friday. For what? The offense still had an opportunity to win that game.
For what, man? For who? For what?
Yeah.
All right, your top 5. Here we go. Number 5 for you.
Let's see what I have here. Number 5 I have is who do I have? The Rams.
The Rams. Okay, number 5 for me. The Bears.
Yeah,
they impressed me enough that I'm putting them in number 5.
Yeah, I mean, I know they lost to the Panthers, but competition-wise in the NFC, I still think that's the team to kind of watch out. I'm not worried about the Bears. I don't think
I'm not worried about the Bears, but they showed me a lot, man. You got.
I don't know if we play them again, man. Please.
All right, number 5. So number 4 for you.
The Broncos.
Broncos. Okay. I got number 4. I got the Seahawks. Seahawks also looking impressive. 26-0 against. I mean, I know Minnesota sucks, but that's still an impressive victory, man. At Minnesota, that was nice. All right, number 3 for you.
The Eagles.
And this dude, I don't know what you're drinking and smoking, but I definitely want some.
I'm just telling you about the next 5 games that's going to happen.
All right.
Things going out and what teams do. I don't care what the Bears did. That's their Super Bowl. Like, they're happy.
But they're 9-3. It's not like they're like 5-5 and then they beat us.
That's fine. But let's look at who they played. All right. Let's not sit here and act like they swept the NFC East. All right. They still got to finish playing their division. Things will map out the way they're going to map out. They're going to have 5 losses by the end of the season. Let's not act like they're going to win. And that's not how they're going to lose 2 more games. They will.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. All right. Number 3 for me was the Broncos. Number 2 for you?
The Bears.
The Bears. Number 2 for me was the Rams. I still like that team. I still like they come out of the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 for you?
Patriots.
Yeah, me too. Patriots look solid. I mean, Drake May.
They do.
I love what's his face, the coach. He is awesome. Vrabel, is that who it is?
Yeah.
Vrabel is just absolutely outstanding. I loved him. I was a mistake to let him go, but they needed a fresh voice, so I get it. But that guy can coach, man. I just love that guy. And he comes from a strong Patriot background. Good for him. Real fast, ESPN has it Pats, Rams, Broncos, Seahawks, Packers, Eagles at 6 for ESPN. NFL has Rams, Seahawks, Broncos, Pats, Packers. I don't know how the Packers are getting in both ESPN and NFL. I don't think they're that good. They have Eagles at number 10 for the NFL. It's about 8th overall. CBS Sports has them at 7, USA Today 11, SI 10, Yahoo 7, Athletic 9. All right, let's get to our Eagles Chargers preview. Real fast, if you're looking at, okay, so you're seeing here, we got to get to how they can really attack the Chargers. So let's look at number one for offensive wise. Now, I don't believe that what's his face, Herbert. I don't think he's going to be out for the game. I think it's all good, but they are the 9th rated offense overall, and they can certainly obviously throw the ball, even though they're ranked about 11th or 12th in throwing. Rushing the ball, they are actually down a ways a bit. They're actually towards 20 rushing. So there's still better passing game, but overall, very solid offense overall. Defensive wise, very good. They are the 3rd best defense in the NFL overall. Their biggest thing is passing wise. They've got a great secondary. Obviously, with Derwin James, you got a great secondary. So they're 2nd in passing. They're a little way down in rushing, of course. If you had to attack them somewhere, obviously it would be the rushing. They're about 15th in rushing. And overall, though, they're giving up right now. We're giving up 20 points a game. They're giving up 21 points a game. So they're actually a little behind us overall.
Okay.
So, yeah. Is it a winnable game? Sure.
Yeah.
Should they win? Yeah. Here's the thing, though. This is the bad part is while the Birds are sliding, the Chargers have won 4 of the last 5. Now, of course, the last win was the Raiders. Come on now. I get it. I hear you. Don't give me your shirk in your face and all that stuff. I see the Chargers as kind of on a roll. Now, the Herbert thing should be interesting. I definitely believe he'll play. I don't care what he's got to do. He's going to play. I think the only thing that would jeopardize it just a little bit is if it's like it's a break and that's got to heal for at least a week to get it. If somebody hits it again, you're going to break it again and keep breaking it. I don't know if the doc's going to tell him that. I just doubt Herbert's going to go, yeah, it's a non-throwing hand. I'm playing. So we'll see what happens there. But Eagles are favored up as a 3-point favorite. Again, Eagles could tag there. As far as their offense, they're going to probably throw it against us. I think, are a little stronger in throwing. So obviously we just got buried in the run game. So I expect the Chargers to try and do a little running at first and try and open that up a little bit with throwing. And then I would believe that we are going to try and establish a running game against the Chargers early and often. That's my thoughts.
Why not just throw to the tight end the whole time since he's going to be open all the time?
I think he will. I think, Dallas got, but he is white though, so I don't know if that's
sarcastic. You fell right for that shit too.
No, I was playing along. I knew you were kidding, man. Of course, I'm not going to answer that seriously.
We gonna win this game, dog. We're gonna win because the Chargers are the Cowboys of the West. So, I mean, I don't, like I said, I'm not going to go back and forth about what I think we're going to do. I just think it's a must-win game for the Eagles. And if they lose 3 in a row, it's like, burn it down at that point. You know what I mean? And then Sirianni really has to ask himself the question, like, why are you being so stubborn at this point?
Yeah, I agree. It's a must. It's a weird game to have a must-win game when you're leading division by a couple of games, but this is absolutely a must-win. I mean, just for their own sanity.
Yeah, they have to get back on track and get things right the ship and get things going. And the whole thing about it is man, forget all this corporate proper talk about we got to stay with the team and we believe in each other, whatever. I want somebody to come out and be like, hey, this coordinator got to go.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, AJ was talking about, oh, y'all act like y'all need me. Let AJ say that. I mean, let's do that.
By the way, last year, everybody asked, when's the last time these teams met? Last time these teams met was during the 2021 season, still post-COVID. Again, so the Eagles lose 27-24 at home. They're actually down a lot, and they came back, and then the Chargers won late. It's a bit of a bummer on that one. That was Herbert running that whole show. All right, last but not least, the trivia. What is the Eagles' record on Friday games? All time.
0-1?
Incorrect. I'll even give you guys a hint. Obviously, we know we played Friday. Remember they played last year in Sao Paulo. Remember that? That was a
Oh,
Friday.
that's right. That's right.
But even that, it's not 1-1. Just so you know. So if you can give me that Eagles trivia, what is the Eagles record on Friday games all time? You can win some of our great merchandise on BroadStreetMisery.com. And by the way, who was the last? So obviously you saw Swift run for 100 yards. So he's the last Eagle to run against the Eagles for 100 yards. Before him, who was the last Eagle, former Eagle, to run against the Eagles and get 100 yards? Now, if you get that one, you are the trivia king, because I didn't even know who that was. And by the way, the last time the Eagles didn't allow a 100-yard rusher an entire season was 1991. I'm going to give that to you, because I think everybody would have known that. But certainly that didn't happen this year. The closest they came was Scadaboo at 98, but obviously when you have two run the same game, you suck. And that's why it gives them a Broad Street misery. So there's your trivia questions. Again, Eagles Friday games, what's their all-time record? And who is the last Eagle, former Eagle, to run against the Eagles for 100 yards, not including DeAndre Swift this past week? All right, that's going to wrap up our show. Thank you guys for hanging in. A lot of good questions tonight. Drunk Philly fans, Lisa being all sexy, some random dude early. We had some good questions tonight, though. You saw Jay and I battle out. We do it every week, folks. We do it every week, and we love it. But I'm going to predict, and even though I have a lot of confidence, but I'm going to go with just Jay, just so I don't piss him off too much this week because he's already angry. I'm going to go Eagles 38. I think they really break out 38, and I think Chargers have 31, and they're driving, and we get a pick at the end of the game to seal it 38-31.
All right.
That's it. So this is going to wrap up the Fly Eagles Fly podcast here on the Broad Street Misery Network. We're here every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock, except when Jay is late. Thank you, Lisa. We love you too. When Jay's not taking care of his little girls, man, who are doing great, by the way, in basketball. They might be some stars on the rise. You might see them in the WNBA. So keep a watch out for Jay's kids who are going to make me a lot of money. They're going to buy me a lot of cigars. It'll be a lot of fun. All right. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you a lot. This is Corey Alexander along with
J-Bliss.
Thank you for watching Fly Eagles Fly podcast. We'll see you every Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. God bless. Oh, also catch us on X, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Catch Fly Eagles Fly podcast, Broad Street Misery. Catch them on all platforms. We love you. See you.